Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's call this meeting to order at 1:48.
140 what? I'm sorry.
1:48.
148. Rudy Castellano,
Present.
Mike Cousins,
Present.
Mike Martinez,
Present.
Counselor Michael Montoya.
Present.
Mike Sweeney is excused. He called and said he wouldn't be able to make it. Travis Martinez,
Present.
David Marquez.
Present. We'll move to approval of the agenda.
If I may, gentlemen, there are two items on the agenda that need to be included under 6A, committee recommendations.
What order?
The first one is to award RFP 2026-02 to Bohannon Houston Waterworks Engineers and Stantec Consulting and enter into contracts. And that is for wastewater planning, design, and construction phase engineering services. The second is to award RFP 2026-01 to Park Hill and Sauter Miller and Associates for solid waste facility planning and design and construction phase engineering services and enter into contract.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So with those add-ons, we go to approval of the agenda. I move that we approve the agenda as amended. With the two add-ons, items 4 and 5, to the committee recommendations under 8. They would become 4 and 5. If you need. Okay, we have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez. All in favor? Opposed?
Just for clarification of the record, gentlemen, I'm sorry I didn't say it, but there is a quorum.
Yes, thank you. We'll move to the what? On the minutes, Mr. Chairman, I had a couple of changes or corrections that might be made possible under item B for project status, second page. It says that reads everything with the capital E, everything is being done based on lifetime. Doesn't make sense. Where are we talking about? This one. Everything. More than quarter, everything based on lifetime. 1 and 2. Oh, so it's talking about the filter bed materials, the media.
Is it supposed to be in kind?
It's on section. It's on page 2.
What was that in the minutes? Like kind.
I was just explaining what lifetime was. And then if you want before that too, I have a question on 117 is submitted. It will be based on city direction as to who we will move forward with. That's talking about the filter beds. Yeah.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, I didn't hear that one. It cut out for that one. What was the other one?
The one that says, once everything is submitted, it will be based on city discussion as to who we will move forward with. It's kind of ambiguous. Not that, it's needed to know what we're talking about.
Once everything is submitted.
Wow, it's the city's discretion on who we move forward with. That's based on the recommendation from the engineer and from the contractor. Yes,
So who is up
yes,
with the reference to that?
yes.
Is there any-
It should probably just be a consultant.
Yeah, something we can know. Like we could, kind of come in and put that in.
Okay. Once everything is submitted, it will be based on city discretion as to which consultant we will move forward.
Yeah, that would be great. In my opinion, but it's because we go through the committee members.
Yes, I do have, a concern, I don't know if I brought this up before, but, just look at it, in some of the action items that, this committee votes on, it says, motion made by Mike Allen. Today, we want my friend, because we want my cities, because we want cousins. So it just says Mike, well, not my cousin. My friends and so.
You want us to elaborate that?
I will include the last name.
MTZ or TY or COZ on or the last name.
Counselor, you're not
Does
allowed.
anybody out in the public reading this and saying, I don't know if emotions over there.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to vote. You're not a voting member, but I will elaborate. Mike Martinez or Mike Martinez. I will, absolutely. Definitely. What was, I'm sorry, I was in my office and I couldn't hear it cut out. What was the other one for lifetime? What did you want me to change on that?
Everything is being done based on like.
It needs to stay like that.
Need to see like that. So like is referring to what?
It's an exchange for
Lifetime?
services.
No.
The materials of the treatment that I think is what we're talking about here. They can't exactly match it because they don't make exactly those materials that used to be in those that stuff, so then.
I mean, now it makes sense, but yeah, I mean, to somebody that it does make sense because so similar materials,
Similar materials, but the way that it's used in, I'm sorry, and I could say similar, but
Yeah.
the way that it's used in
the field.
the field, it's like kind of, I don't know why, so we just kind of stuff with this.
Yeah, well, thank you for the information. If that's good enough.
Yeah, so the material they made 40 years ago, they don't make again. So we have to get something that's like kind of similar to match up with what we already have.
So then the only change, I'm gonna go and make it now, if that's okay with the committee, and then bring it back for Chairman Cousins. Sign.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Thank you, Sean, yeah, and that's the rest of us will okay.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay with everybody? Thank you, gentlemen. Sorry about that.
Sean, the rest of us is good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That being said, that's all I have for the minutes. The motion, okay. But yeah, I'm making a motion to accept the minutes. With that minor change. I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Rudy, second by Mike Martinez, all in favor.
Aye.
Opposed?
I didn't catch that. No, that was very good about catching that specific. Oh, yeah, I didn't catch that, actually, you catch that. It's good. Okay.
Well,
So
that has
that-
been the only thing that you've caught so far. I'm like, sometimes it must have been
So far, it's good, like A minus. And
I'll take the A.
okay, yeah, that's we raise the minus. Thank you, Travis.
No public input? Today, Sunny?
I did not receive any public input for today.
Okay, let's move to number 6, business items. Committee recommendations and recommendation for approval to conduct a public hearing and adopt ordinance 25-05, amending water ordinance 12-13 and section 440-6E of the municipal code pertaining to water rates, deposits, and service charges.
Could I, before we take any action on this stuff, you included 2 pages of the same thing on this, was there a mistake or the purpose for the
Which one we got?
The one that has to do with water utility revenue reserve balance, the one starts with. Just set the 3rd page and then the last page. Well, not the last page, but almost. Is the same. It's water utility, it starts on.
So nice. This one I,
Yeah, and then you have another copy of it, it's starting right there.
so this was, okay, this is totally different. This is when I took it to council last, or what was it, well, it was submitted, this when it was last taken to council to get approved to do publication of the water piece.
So you the purpose of the statute, 2 pages on some kind.
So this right here will take it
Oh,
already.
no, next, turn to the next.
Okay, this one?
It's-
Oh, look, 'cause that's part of the ordinance.
Yeah, so that's where it's also on the front.
If I may clarify, gentlemen,
No, so this one you're talking about right here, correct?
Oh, no, watch.
Which
It's
one are you talking about?
okay, there's 2 pages before it, and then it says water, utility, revenue, reserve balance. And then if you go to the page, you skip a page and then at the bottom of the next page, it says water, utility.
Okay, well then I want you to read behind this one.
It's dead,
Yes, yes.
so we don't need copies.
No, it's just, it was this page and then this page.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, when I was looking at that, why do we have to?
yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry that. I mean,
So yes, it's just an extra page. That was,
thank you, that was like,
Sorry.
it's not a big deal.
sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, so this is just to, so as you guys know, we went to council before and we asked for a partial lift of the moratorium. This right here is to increase, not water rates, nothing like that, it's just the service fees, meaning time and material. Right now, the city of Las Vegas has had for the services $450. That does not even cover water set, and that doesn't include time and material. So basically, the water rates, or the water fees, sorry. The water fees are these new ones right here, which is on page 1, 2, 3, 4, on page 5. And these are just what the service fees will include for installing the 3/4, 1 inch, 2 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch, and 8 inch, but this is city route. This has not been updated in 20 years. And this right here will mean, the way that it's written is that based on costs at the time of application is what they'll be charged. And that's the water meter, the hookup, the setup, the time, the material, equipment. So this will always change depending on the economy.
Tariffs.
Yes, sir. Because right now, as you guys can see, the city can't afford to do the water tap. And this is citywide, so. I'm pretty sure my cousin was the one that produced the first ones that came on 30 years ago.
No, but I sold many of them at that price.
So this is just to keep up with today's times. How is it?
I think it's getting with the times, right?
And there's no, the city is not profiting off of this in any way. This is just to justify. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, that question effective as clarification. Okay, have some clarification.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what phrase it is, it doesn't have a page number, but it says the rates for the water sewage.
Oh, that's for water rates. We're not trading water rates.
But it says the director, in one case, shall determine the status of the water utility revenue reserve balance.
But this is referring to water rates.
Yeah.
We're not trading water rates
So this is, why do we put this in?
because this is part of the ordinance.
Already an established ordinance.
This is an established
And now
ordinance,
we're changing is the rates.
just the fees,
Yeah. Okay.
just the fees. So what you're talking about there is the water rates.
Yeah.
This right here, this section is just talking about the service fees.
It's established.
So if somebody comes in, they want their water tap, you know, to get a tap is gonna cost them $2,165. As before, everything was just $450. But see,
And then they're, when they put up and they start watering or something, they're gonna pay the water rates that are already established.
It's like everybody else, right?
yes, so we're not changing water rates at all. It's just the service fees. That's it.
You got a board or something, but that's changed.
Yes,
That's straight across.
straight across everything, except county, they're what, right there, outside of city limits, they're gonna get charged an extra $1,200 for tapping into the services. And that's because of the admission fees and everything that come along with that. The city is just a regular cost. So if somebody came in and wanted a 3/4 inch setting, they're gonna pay the $2,100, $3,165.50. Nope, the county's gonna be charged $2,165.50. And to tap into our system and stuff is gonna be an extra $1,200.
So there's more happy for the sick people,
No,
just the service.
well, we had a service, so we had an outside limit too, prior, it was only $600. And of course, how everything has doubled, that service also doubled,
And what was it, before?
600.
Both of them, 600.
No, just the county was 600,
Oh, well, let's see.
not. So the city would just pay the $450. There's an extra cost included for being in county, and that's admission fees and everything, and then also tapping into our system. Yes, sir. And that, of course, outside city limits, we increased it to 1,200, going from 600 to 1,200.
Would the hearing, change anything? If let's say you had, a hearing by whom? By the public
Yes,
has a chance to have input?
yes.
Okay. Well, are they gonna do this? What if you have, like 20,000
So the best way I can explain it is, when the food prices go up.
Yeah.
You go complain about it?
No, so I'm saying, do you think they'll complain about this?
No, yes, of course they are.
And because this is like more personal, it seems like, but it isn't,
It's not.
because the rates are not going up. I mean, at this juncture, the rates for new taps and stuff will go
The
up.
fees are going up, not the rates.
The delineation.
The thing is, though, is based
Because
on,
of the hearing.
based on clerk's office, you can't change the title of the ordinance. And it just so happens that the service fees falls under the water rates ordinance. And so within the city, that's why we tried to establish just service fees But we can't say that because the title of the ordinance is water rates, deposits, and service charges.
So let's say, the city council approves the hearing, which I didn't recommend. It's gonna be hard to explain to the public what they're going to, talking about.
The simple thing is this. The directors that are in this department,
Mhm.
and the people that have been in this community for 20 years, felt the ball. They should have been increasing this fee for the year, 5 years. And I would still recommend that in the ordinance, that this item be reviewed every 10 years, 5 years. Because inflation does happen. And if things slow down, well, then you adjust it down.
And speaking with, Councilman Montoya, he's the one that put it, well, he makes a good point. So instead of coming back every 5 years, 10 years, it's written here that you will pay that fee based on actual cost of application. So 5 years from now, if it's $5,000, it's $5,000. And then 10 years from now, if it's $1,000, it's $1,000. It's always gonna balance itself out with the economy. And
But, I was sitting here as a chairman 20 years ago when we adopted the $600 fee. And at the same time, we upped the rates for the county residents higher than the city because the city owns the system. And we're extending our lives to get bigger. And that's where that started. Mhm.
and
So in short, it's like you said, inflation goes up and that's the word go up first.
Yeah, hopefully the public will understand. It makes sense to the laws.
yeah, it's just the fees, like I said, as far as the rates go, there's no change to the rates period. And like I said, everything is based on actual costs at the time of application. So what you guys are seeing here, those are the actual costs of the state.
Good thing you got a house to stay there, you don't have to pay that.
Don't go back to the county and try to put it.
Oh, it's hard messing with finance at the end of the year and stuff like this, so.
Explain it.
It's pretty much self-explanatory.
And of course, we didn't leave out the street department either, so for in-town, you got your concrete costs, asphalt costs, repairs and stuff like that, so.
That, the same price that it did.
Everything is there.
That's a deal.
The payment, the increase.
It's on, everything's on actual cost of the day, up to date. So the concrete goes up, the price of concrete will, asphalts, it's 150 a ton. If it goes to 200 a ton, it would be 200 a ton. It's just based on actual cost of today, so. We need a concrete cut, street department goes out there and they'll do it for the plumbers when they come and apply. They have to go out there and they have to fix the asphalt, well, those costs come associated.
So the fiscal impact of the city is none, it's correct, right? Because the consumer assumes
Yes, sir.
those property prices.
Yes, sir. So I put it in there, so for how the public works department doesn't get hit or utilities doesn't get covered in that cost.
It's still low. Mr. Chairman, I then make a motion then that I'm gonna read it as it's written, that we conduct a public hearing in the top ordinance number 225-05, amending water ordinance 12-13 and section 446E of the municipal code pertaining to water service rates, deposits and service charges. The ordinance changed the rates of the cost of obtaining a new water service tap and not the actual cost of water rates.
Okay, we have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor? Opposed? Okay, we'll move to number two, recommendations for approval of addendum number 2 to contract number 40-10-23 with Combi Automation and Integration for professional services for Allen Great Bradley UAC.
So this is already a standing contract that the city of Las Vegas has had with Kobe Combi. He works on skater projects. Right now, he's been a big help at wastewater, upgrading SCADA system and everything like that, and using him for the PLCs, programmable logic controllers. This is, like I told you guys before, you know, when it comes down to the contracts that I executed to specialty work for specialty contractors. And Mr. Combi has worked with the city already for a year. Wastewater utilizes him all the time, and his service rates are unbeatable. He's in Colorado. But we call him and he's here within 5-6 hours, and he does a lot of stuff. He's able to get into the system remotely as well too. Yes, sir. Oh, big fan. So right now, like I said, the staff at wastewater, they want to keep utilizing him. It's been a big help to the city, and this is one that's. For all the SCADA systems, yes, sir, for the Allen Valley. So once the SCADA system is done up there at the water treatment plant, after the warranty is up, we will be able to utilize Kobe at any block. But right now, he's been a big asset in getting the SCADA running at wastewater again and upkeeping it and upgrading it as we go. And of course, that contract is based on task orders. So, like I told you guys before, we gave him a scope of work. He gives us a task order. We set the budget, and that's what that project is.
Exactly.
Of course. Well, he never submitted anything on his increase of rates, so they're gonna stay the same.
Mr. Chairman, I make a recommendation to
Make a motion, Mike.
okay, no, a motion to recommendation to approve the addendum 2 contract 40-10-23 with Combi Automation and Integration for professional service for Allen Valley PLC. Second that motion.
Okay, thank you. Motion by Mike Martinez, a second by Rudy Castellano, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Number 3, award RFP number 2025-33 to what is it, IMC Solutions, Alpha Southwest, and James Cook and Hobson for pump, motor, mechanical, and electrical services.
Oh, so you are in it already, the applicants?
Yes, sir. And of course, I believe this is for both water, wastewater, and I always like to have either 2 or 3 contractors on contract. This is an on-call service contract. So basically, task orders, we have an issue, we tell them, they give us their quote. That's based on their budget of the time of whatever we have, and this goes to electrical services with everything pertaining to pumps and motors. And of course, you know, city staff can maintenance them, but we can't replace them or anything like that. So specialty work.
Well,
And Alpha Southwest, IC Solutions, and James Cook and Hobson, that's their specialties.
well, license and insurance will cover
Yes, sir.
We want to cover somebody from the city.
Yes, sir.
Well, with James Cook be submitting it, even though big bonding. Everybody was checked up except him on that one. That's submitted all his other things, but
Yeah, they'll get the bid bond. Usually what happens, well, I'll have to talk with clerk's office on that one. Because usually we don't get the bid bonds or anything until after we contract with them.
Are the directors not certified to do replacement? Or
So, yeah,
are the directors not certified to do replacement of motors and pumps?
our staff,
Our director. Not the employees, but our director.
yeah,
Your level as a director, like,
he's not certified.
you're not authorized to replace pumps and motors?
No.
No.
No, sir, like,
No, I'm just asking. He's asking that.
that's why they go
The
to.
level of certification covers that or not?
Well, the level of certification that, Mike can attest is, those pumps and motors are over 1,500 pounds, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And, majority of the time, city staff doesn't even deal with anything. They'll maintenance them, they'll try to troubleshoot them, but when it comes down to replacement, we call them, they order the pump that's needed and everything, and they replace it for us.
That's the solid waste and
This is wastewater and water treatment plant. So it doesn't even matter, the level 4 won't even replace them or anything like that.
You guys know all the pumps are working?
So right now, we've got, at the water treatment plant, all pumps are operational. At wastewater plants, there is 2 that we're working on.
Replacing them? Or
Maintaining it, well, one is troubleshooting, the other one is probably gonna go for replacement.
how long is it taking?
Probably, I believe, the past 10, 15 years.
Because at one time we had pumps getting low, right? With the backward and so forth.
Or worse now. They've been actually able to get some equipment pretty quick, but it's some of those bigger pumps that are long lead times.
are they ready for motion?
But based on what you're talking about, qualifications, no city employee should be replacing or removing any of those pumps.
Yeah. Motion.
I'd like to make the motion that we award the IFP number 2025-32 to the 3 bidders, IMC Solutions, Southwest of James Cook and Hudson for pump motor, mechanical and electrical services.
I'll second that motion.
You now have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now, to these 2 additions of the award RFP number 2026-02 to Bohannon Houston Incorporated Waterworks Engineers and Stanted Consulting and enter into contracts.
So this contract, the city's already had it before, prior, 4 years already up. We had to go back out for proposal. This time around, Bohannon, Houston, Waterworks, and Stanton are the top 3.
And so you're recommending that we work with all 3?
Yes, sir. Bohannon, Huston, we've got, they made all of the certifications, they got all the certifications, capability, capacity, and pretty much that's their specialty is wastewater. Waterworks engineers, this is the first time the city has ever worked with them. But Waterworks right now, their specialty is water, wastewater, especially water treatments and wastewater treatments. And of course, the city of Las Vegas has done with static before.
So there was who was participating in the selection of the top three?
Wastewater project manager. Three from wastewater project manager.
This is what year on this contract?
It's this year.
This year.
Yes,
We've got, we've had, this contract before.
yes, it's just the 4 years already rolled over. So we have to go back out for proposal.
And I think the last time that this over council. The concern that council had. Was we couldn't do this, couldn't do any other stuff.
Because of night or,
But,
yeah,
so somebody will bring it back up again this time around because. I mean, I don't know where the original went or what, but should be a black and white.
the original is at clerk's office.
Very, very hard to read.
Yes, sir. We'll get the printing. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, now, well, it's important, you know.
No, I totally get it.
Both parties, the city and the three parties involved in this contract, to be able to,
Very good idea, but
yeah, read what we're passing. It's really that, especially somebody look at us, it's like,
yes, sir.
yeah, you can't make out different things.
I know. So
Well, I'd like to say there was a lot of reading that went on. If you look at the contract documents that are needed.
I make sure that my staff gets everything from A to Z and everything is documented, well documented for city purposes, especially utilizing engineering services.
So when they're paying, taxes, after they win the award or proposal, only for the stuff that they use. Well, like,
On the GRTs? Yeah. So the GRTs are based where they're working at.
Yeah.
Yes,
and the materials that they're using and what they're purchasing.
yes.
That's a good idea.
And to Mr. Montoya's being, like I said, all these contracts are based on task orders of scope of work given to the engineer. So if we have to redesign a pump system because it's inadequate, which we've been through before, we can utilize it, get their task order with the budget set, and that's the budget that's utilized for that specific project. Now, there could be many different task orders for different projects, and each one of those task orders has a budget that's set.
This is an extension contract.
No, well, it's
The new one.
a new contract, but yes, we've had the same contract before.
So I make a determination that we, Mr. Chairman, have a motion that we award RFP 2025-2 to Mohammed Incorporated, Waterwork Engineers and Stantec Consulting and enter into contracts, an initial contract with them.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Castellanos said, for water, and he said 2025-02.
So it's gonna be for what year?
It's gonna be for wastewater and it's gonna be 2026-02.
Okay. So the contract,
RFP 2026-02 to Mohammed.
okay, so it means it'll start up in the year 2026 or?
We're in the year, we're in the fiscal year 2026 right now.
Oh, we are, it's happening in July?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
that's why
Thank
it's
you, Shani.
2026.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, and Sonny, we need to make a vote on that, that we go back to the original contract and get a copy that's readable for everyone involved. Because we can't see the print.
On which one, sir? The 2026-02 Bohannon Houston?
Yeah,
This whole thing is pretty illegible from the standpoint of the print being
I
buzzed
apologize,
out.
and that's because of our copier. So you want the entire 2026-02?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a second. Yes.
yeah.
Okay, we have a motion by Mike Martinez, a second by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll move to the last award, RFP number 2026-01 to Parkhill and Sauter Miller and Associates for Solid Waste Facility Planning, Design, and Construction Phase Engineering Services and enter into contract. What?
If I may, gentlemen,
Go ahead.
does everybody have a copy of that?
Yes, sir, we got it. I apologize about that. Yeah, Valerie provided a copy. Sorry about that, Sean.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
It's no issue to the copy provided for you. So thank you for that, Sean. Yeah. So in reference to this, we do want to enter in contract with both of them. We do have Parkhill and Sauter Miller. Sauter Miller has done work for the solid waste department in the years past. We want to continue their contract is ending at the end of the month. So this is to get them reestablished for moving forward. Now also for anything that's taking place at the solid waste facility as well too for engineering purposes, we want to be able to utilize Sauter Miller's expertise along with Parkhill's expertise as well moving forward. When I do talk about anything in reference towards upgrades and updates that are needed, we do have our scale over that solid waste that's going to be needing attention. There's been a few communication and talks as to what we may be needing or doing. Also talks of expansion of one of our transfer station facility, and here's where we come into place to utilize their expertise and engineering services as well.
They were the only two bidders,
Yes, sir. And these were the only two we did get, yes.
and they get along with each other. I mean, they don't mind.
No, and I mean, it's gonna be one of those as call needed basis, so whichever one we need, if we happen to need Parkhill at that time, we'll utilize Parkhill. If for whatever reason we use Sauter Miller at that point in time, we're gonna use them. So most of the time, it's gonna be working with an individual.
I don't think they mind that.
Of course, yes. So,
And right now, they visualize the estimates that are monitoring
yes,
source things, so.
yes, thank you for bringing, yes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. We have a motion.
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we award RFP 2026-1 Parkhill and Sauter Miller and Associates for solid waste water facility planning, design, and construction phase engineering services, and then enter into an initial contract with them. I'll set it up.
Then we have a motion by Rudy, a second by Mike Martinez, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Discussion items. Once the report, we got that. David, I think. So,
That's why you should put it upside down.
We sell all those on sale that.
Why you have boxes and go over and so everybody's on protein over here sometimes. Why you need sometimes it's all.
Project status, anything? Projects?
Sure, I'm gonna go over my monthly report.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make it quick. We'll start with, of course, customer services. You know, they've been doing very good. This month, they completed 749 work orders. We've issued only one water credit, 2 credit rebates, meter tampering. We've caught 4 people with the water, 1 with the gas department. Of course, you guys can see here all the work orders issued by the different employees there are. Sarah, Susanna, Joey, Kimberly, Kayla, and Keegan. Payments that have been made to the city, as you guys can see, those have also increased from the months prior. They used to be, 500, 600, 700 payments made by each, but now we're getting over 1,000 payments made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7,000 payments that have been made this month. Of course, they keep the door sweeps. We have no issues that have been reported.
While you're going through that, I'll interrupt you for just a second. There are no cash payments?
No, these are all the payments that have been.
No, but I'm saying,
I'm getting to those.
payment method, nobody pays cash?
I do. Where'd you see that at?
Over here, under. We're getting the head deal.
We're not state of the art.
Right here. So the cash that's been made is 1,280, which is 116,087. Payments made in credit card are 641, which is 181,823. Checks that have been taken is 775, which equates to $346,327. The online payments, there's only 11 that were made this month, which is equal to $1,163. Vouchers, 29, 44,556.96. And light heat was 4, which is $1,200.
What are the vouchers?
I'll have to give a customer service on that because I still have a little, yeah.
What are the, besides the ID? Probably we have people that are helping people pay their bills.
Yes.
So there are cash payments, I'm sorry, I always saw that.
Yeah, if you see at the top, cash payments, the 3 cashiers.
Yeah.
So 1,280 payments were taken in cash, which equals up to $160,087.92.
And do you think that the online payments are not made because of the technology involved?
The thing with the online, it's like anybody, it's hard to get people to pay online. For me, it's easy.
Oh, yeah, is there that?
It's like $1.25, but that's even if you do a credit card as well. Get your online.
Because the younger people do online payments.
We're trying to get people to utilize the online more, so.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that many people pay cash.
A lot of people do it. That's just.
That's very trusting, in other words. That's,
I'll give you a receipt.
yeah, you get a receipt, but
Nothing about.
somebody's official to do that.
And then, of course, you have the way that the city is built.
Yeah.
Cycle 1, 2, 3, or 4, those are the dates that will be billed for your last month.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys can look over here, the rereads, there was 89. Read-in, readouts, those are people moving in or moving out, it's 117. Reread work orders to verify the reads are correct is 70. We've had 11 90-day graphs. That's because people probably complaining about they have a water leak or something like that. Verifies is 51, verified meter workings. And then the delinquent accounts door tags, that have been 0. And total completed service work orders combined for that month of 300, for the past month of 338. And the total amount of automated meters that they read is 11,972, and that's between water and things. The locates, we've had, 70 that have come in this last month. 0 designs, emergency locates. That's for an emergency. There's 10 wide area, meaning big areas, only 1. Relocates, there's only 1. And staff has been able to maintain that with a total of 82 locates this month. Customer service, we just went through that with the cash payments. And then we have over here bank drafts. There are 76 debts with 1 credit, 103 debts with 1 credit, cycle 3, 64 with 1 credit, and cycle 4, 39. Total amount of bank draft sent was 42,174. Bank drafts are uploaded to the Community First Bank online portal 2 to 3 days before the withdrawal date. For bank policies, the collections, there have been 29 arrangements made with customers. 45 arrangements were successfully completed, and 6 arrangements failed during this month. And that's to help people when they can't afford to pay the bill.
Right.
So I know you brought that up at one time. That's why I put this in here. So that way you can see that we're trying to help people.
Yes.
And the ones that did fail, those are the people that either didn't make a payment or just didn't follow through. Non-payments, got all non-payments. There was 21 that were sent out and 44 work orders made and sent out on cycle 4, cycle 3 and then 4. And then collection letters, there was 10 collection letters, 100 collection letters. But closed the accounts overdue by 3 months. High call volume, July 1st to the 3rd, there was a high call volume for cashiers due to the beginning of the month. Mail returns, there was 93 letters or 93 return mail items that were processed. Mailing addresses were certified corrected where possible. You know, there's the follow-ups, collection letters, filled arrangements, made arrangements, completed property assessments, return mails, information requests, door tags, there's adjustments, customer service calls, customer service orders made. And then if you guys want to, of course, it just gets into the billing cycles and everything like that. And then now we have the wastewater treatments. So they're doing their lab testing and reporting. Everything has been on schedule. Wastewatering and dewatering of digesters is being done weekly. Collections of the CD mains and work orders are being done accordingly. We got after them. As you guys noticed, there's no more backups of sewer anymore. We're pretty ecstatic about that. Their on-call duties are accomplished dailies and on weekends. The reuse tanks are flushed and begin doing with low pouring for the reuse season. That's goes back to the ethanol oil for reuse that everybody uses. PNM and PNM tank and lagoon and the golf course are made sure are monitored daily. The teams meeting with Chris and Mike Rivera from wastewater, the ones that are helping us with funding, the transmission utilities for possible to help out pumps. And Aqua One Inc. installed the Allegra Flex 2 water system and the wastewater lab for distilled water production for lab testing. Since there is no water out there, we got this system that will help them. Instead of having to buy bottles of distilled water, now they're able to utilize this system and have it up and running. Challenges faced, the scum pit, you know, that's being vacuumed out weekly, and those are the pumps that we're talking about. We've already purchased them. We're just waiting for them to come in and installed. The grid pump power has been repaired and the pit needs to be empty and put back online. Ruben said picked up the PO and we'll be cleaning it up this month. The sludge bid from the plant is being hauled to the airport in discs and poured into the drying beds, except for the inclement weather, because according to our permit, we can't do it when it rains and when it snows. And there's no problem. There's no portable water at the plants, and the water system is in need of compliance testing. We got a task order from Molson Corbin with water distribution. So we're waiting to see to get water to the wastewater treatment facility. Goals for wastewater, of course, they're gonna do the grid pump. I'm working with water distribution and Molson Corbin to get a task order so that way we can get water to the wastewater
Water to the wastewater.
treatment plant. They don't have water up there.
Drinking water. Why?
Because of the alignment.
The airport.
Wastewater. And we're also working with executive office on the airport as well too, so. That's been an ongoing thing since even before.
I think they used to have a drinking fountain in there.
Yeah, the water there is no.
I know it wasn't even good. But how did they have that? I mean,
Yeah. And
did
that's
they have
been,
a well or something or?
yeah, it's been an ongoing issue. It's been an ongoing issue for wastewater for many, many years. Like I said, and it's just staff brought it up to me that they need it. The state kind of recommended it, so I'm just trying to do the same. There's a couple possible ways we can get it. We're just gonna see which way is most accessible and efficient.
Well, actually, your guys' ends on kind of by right before Garcia, right, or not?
There's that too, or we can drill it across.
Or go across the highway, yeah, that's not being that.
We'll leave that to,
Permits and whatnot.
we'll leave that to the engineer. But like I said, we need to get something.
That's under the script. It's not correct. Did it right.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
And then, of course, they're gonna work with, the key goals for next month is get the grid chamber clean. Ruben Septic is gonna suck it out and put it back in line. They're working with project management off of Southwest for the fan press, the screw press that had been demonstrated before. We want to get quotes on that. We're also getting quotes for the scrum pumps, phosphate spigots, and wash water pumps. And they're working with JCH off of Southwest and Cody for quotes for much needed maintenance and upgrades for the wastewater treatment plant and the lift stations. So as you guys can see, the total influent flow is 38 million gallons, total influent 26. The average daily is 84 million, 0.84 MGD, million gallons daily. The peak flow is 1.58. We've been able to increase that from 1.2 to 1.5. And the plant's capacity utilization is 100%. We have some other stuff here, the BOD, COD, total suspended solids. These are everything that we submit here with the monthly. And then this is a scheduled work, entrance work where the effluent, the wastewater comes in. It's cleaned daily. The secondaries are cleaned twice a day. UV disinfection is going to be serviced by cleanup tech services. Those are the ones that we got on contract 2 months ago. So we're waiting for equipment on that one. Of course, the scum pit is being drained and doctored weekly. The digester is dewatered and hauled and poured into the drying beds weekly, and the reuse tank is emptied and cleaned and sending water to the city fields and golf course. We have emergency repairs, the mixers, the RAS pumps, there's a bunch of rags and everything that come into the system that clog it up, and it's being cleaned out on a daily. Sludge production is total sludge that's generated at 210,000 gallons a day. The disposal is poured into the beds at the airport. The wasting is 33,000 daily. On SD watering, the digesters, dry beds are cleaned out and hauled to the airport. Chemicals, we don't really use any of those. The effluent discharge compliance, the effluent is going out into the river and is in compliance. Inspection, audit results, the wastewater plant didn't have any audits or inspections since February. Environmental incidents, the wastewater plant has no exceedances. We haven't had any. Energy efficient, the plant lighting can be changed to LED, which we're kind of looking for something like that. And they are currently using propane and electricity to heat the buildings. I know I've had a talk before with Dave on getting some natural gas out there for heating and stuff, but until Dave cuts me a deal, I won't be able to do it. So customer service, public engagement, customer feedback has been good and they're happy when wastewater is called out. We always get good follow-ups. So the financial overview that we're looking into is the fan press, which can be anywhere from $700,000 to $1 million. We're looking into it. They're looking into the backhoe, the dump trucks, the backers, anything old and replacement when funds are available. New generators have been ongoing for funding that the city has received. Intertworks, ground pumps, aeration basins, I've already gone through all of these. Pretty much the challenges are wastewater plant has maintenance, collection, lab testing, reporting, sludge hauling and management, grease trap inspections, sewer line inspections, short on staffing, and it doesn't allow us to schedule accordingly. So we have 5 guys out there. And right now all of these guys are mixing and they're doing all of the work. One of them has a level 4. The other one is going for his collections too, and another one is going for his level 1 now at the end of the month. And the other one, the other 2, I believe, they haven't been there yet to go test. So, water distribution, we'll start with them. They meet with customers in the county about development applications. Jesse had schedules to go for his test for his level 2 certification now. Those are the ones for people coming in on the partial lift or mortar. Met with customer in the county about the development applications. Those are the people that are coming in with their applications for the partial lift or mortar for their water taps. They have to go to the county and they have to submit a community development application or that, and then they bring it to us. Once it's brought to us, then water distribution goes up there, meets with them, verifies that the water's there, where the water line is at, and the location. Yes. So far we have 10.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We haven't started implementing the water taps just yet, not till the fees go through. So if the fees do get accepted and everything, then we'll do. I guess we can provide this. Cleaned out sediment from the storage division for the state. We help the state engineer's office from time to time when the sediment builds up and it starts clogging the sequias, the city and storage lake. So water distribution will go up there and will help the state do it. Good faith terms, put it that way. That works. They loaded equipment and they prepared to assist at Rio Grosso. We were still waiting for the call. They lent the enclosed trailer to the streets department for transport donations for Rio Grosso. They relocated our water service tap on Tecolote Street for Mr. Ortiz. They helped out at the water treatment plant covering the 8-inch HD pipe for an ongoing project that we have up there. We're covering the 4-inch at the water treatment plant with another project we have. And they flushed hydrants at the county jail, tractor supply and storage lake to help bring up the current residuals in the area. Remember how I told you guys nobody was using water? What happens when the water gets stagnant? It's already never go down. So in order to keep the water moving, we'll do a flush. Well, right now, they just told me as of this morning that the clear levels are coming up, so people are starting to use the water, which is a good thing. Employees with their certifications, we have one, he's got his level 2. We have another guy that has his water supply 1, distribution 2. Archie, he's about to retire. He's a level 3. Jesse, he applied for his level 2, and Melissa is applying for her testing. She just finished her school week. Of course, our concept in water distribution is safety for employees. That's every day. Employees working in emergency water leaks. And this is everywhere but short staff. Key goals for our next month is to work on a new water line from Cal Street to Mora. They plan on installing a 2-inch water line, which they're started on Santa Fe Street. If you guys watch the news, our PSA ended up on there. But, yes, sir. 2-inch water line.
We already put it.
Yeah, we're just replacing it.
It's really not gonna go to 6 or 5 items.
I'm not gonna lie,
Go to 6 inch.
it's just remove and replace. They're planning to relocate a 3/4-inch water line behind the house on the 2300 block of New Mexico and relocate it in the front of the houses to get it out of the private properties. There's always been issues, you guys know, well, I'm pretty sure you know, try to go read a water meter and it's in the back of the yard and you have a dog parking. So we're trying to, as we're upgrading, we're trying to get the water meters out to accessible places.
Is up front, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Okay, I should rephrase that. When we have to go work on a water meter. Sorry. Yeah, yes, especially the 90 grass, you have to pull it. And then, of course, working to resolve the issues at the behavioral health. The behavioral health ended up relocating that water line. Once they're done, they're gonna submit their red lines to us, and then the red lines will be for easement. So once all of that's done, we'll do an MOU with the state and behavioral, and then we'll be able to get access to that water line. And we'll have easement. And of course, City of Las Vegas, they have 126 miles of water distribution. The number of service connections is 7,134. Pressure levels rated anywhere from 50 psi to 150. Number of leaks that we've had this month is just 1. Water quality samples taken, 15. Water quality results, all 15 came back absent. No, not notable water issues, none. They met with customers, water services, installing new water services, repairing fire hydrant maintenance, asphalt, concrete maintenance, vehicle equipment maintenance, and of course the tapping machines and valves. And emergency repairs, there was a leak at 345 South Counter Street. That was the 1. And of course, this one right here. There's another, I guess, double. And then, okay, water treatment plants. This is the one I know everybody wants to talk about. We started the filter beds as of yesterday. They removed the filter bed media, and filter bed 3, the underdrain was blown out. The media wasn't even stacked the way it was supposed to be. All in the middle where it was blown out, it was nothing but sand. There was not even no garnet or nothing anymore. And it blew out in the middle and it blew out on all 4 corners. And we ordered the media, we've ordered the underdrains. They should be here within the next 5 weeks. They're also going to do that to filter bed number 4, but I got a purchase order for 1.5. That's going to redo all 4 filter beds, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right now, the city of Las Vegas is running off of 2. By the time that they get in, filter beds 3 and filter beds 4 will be done. They will be removed. We have another company that specializes in installing underdrains and media, and they'll be able to do 3 and 4 and bring them online disinfected and put it back in order for us. Once those are online and ready to go, then we will start with filter bed 2, get that up and running. Once that is done, then we'll move to filter bed 1. Once that's all done, we're hoping within the next 2.5 months, that whole project will be completed.
That filter was already been replaced.
They're getting replaced.
So they've been on back order for some time or what?
So when we first,
Sorry for asking the.
no, you're good, you're good. Then when we first asked for this, we went out, we looked at we got Molten Corbett to do the engineering on it. They came back, they told us what needed to be done. We went out to multiple contractors They came back with 4 million, 5 million, 6 million, you know, something that was. So what we ended up doing, me and my staff, was that we went to one contractor. We found a contractor that could do all the removal, do pretty much the whole remove of the media and the under drains. We got a quote from them. Then we went to another company that can actually install the media and the under drains, get a quote from them. And then that company got the other company to find us the under drains, because the filter beds are so old that those under drains are pretty much obsolete, but this company was able to make them. So we had an old one, we took the picture, we sent it to them. They said that they could make them. So they said, we'll send you the media, and once the media is done, we'll also send the under drains. And the under drains, last time when we first started, it was 10 weeks out. Now we're down to 5 weeks. And now we just got other contractors to come and remove the media and remove the under drains. Once the under drains get here and the media gets here, that company will put the under drains, install the under drains and the media. They said it should take them about a week to a week and a half for each filter bed.
So we're looking at about a 10-week timeline.
I'm looking about, to get that whole project complete, about another 2 months. And that's filter beds 1 and 2 also getting upgraded as well.
And all that process started 2 months ago. Or all of them. A year ago?
No, that process, I tried to get the process started back in February when we found out the under drains blew out. When we did the camera and the city went to the whole thing, I finally got the go ahead from the new direction of the city manager. And that has only taken us about a month to get everything prepared and get all of the material and everything going.
So what is all I gonna do to the new system?
So right now, that is the most crucial thing right now at the water treatment plant is the filter beds. So if we have no filter beds, we have no production at all. So this right now, with the getting the under drains and the media done, the city has about another 15 years of life to move forward. Now, that being said, now the city of Las Vegas water treatment plant has the time to go through with a water treatment plant based on whichever direction we go, and we have the time and we have the upgrades to get to that new facility. Now,
4 new filter beds.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with that being said, with the new filter beds, if we go through a whole new process, we get a whole new water treatment plant based on the direction that the city is going to go, we can always keep those filter beds for backup.
Let's say your plans don't work out and back order or whatever, maybe. System working?
So the VLS system only brings down turbidity. It's not part of the main component of the water treatment plant. So in order for the water to be processed through the plant, there's a certain amount of those solids that can go in to the water treatment plant. Right now, there's a score, they call them NTUs. Right now, the city of Las Vegas can go up to 47 NTUs. That's what they can treat. Now, with the Viola machine, that's at the very beginning. The Viola machine is right before that. So if anything gets higher, let's just say there's 200 NTUs, the plant can't take that. What the Viola does is the water goes into the Viola, it cycles out all of that turbidity, removes it, and then puts in the water that the water can treat into the system. Now, to me, the filter beds are more crucial than the turbidity. So, like I said, without the Viola, we can still process water, but without the filter beds, we can't. Mike, you've been through that process with the water treatment plant before, and I mean, you can attest to how important the filter beds are.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to be able to cut off the water at high turbidity times and we can keep good flowing, keep a good storage up.
Yes, sir. And as you can see right now, we've, the last, administrative order that we brought to you guys because the city was in violation for the TOCs, total organics and the byproducts. The city of Las Vegas has actually been, we just passed month 7 and we have not had no violations. So as far as the running annual average of the year, we're on month 7 with no violations. And no byproducts either, so. And I'm glad to say for wastewater too, we have had no violations.
The partnerships with the state.
They haven't had to do it.
I was gonna ask you, so on the Phoenix water line that you're replacing, is that to a resident or a business, or is that, I mean, like, somewhere clear the same, so that line, if it's a 2-inch main line, how powerful?
It's all based on the, our pressure zones.
So that pressure zone on the 2-inch works for a fire hydrant? No. A fire hydrant needs at least a 6-inch line to.
Yeah,
But what is the amount of volume?
What is the length of this line of replacement?
go back to it.
Is it for resident or alternate, or is it the main line?
Go back to it. Distribution. Where is Travis? So what they're doing is they're replacing the water line, the 2-inch water line on Santa Fe Street from Hot Springs to Church Street. So it's just the part that goes across the
One block or
the
so?
block. That's all it is.
So then there's hydrants at the ends of both of that.
There's hydrants there on Hot Springs. And each hydrant is within 500 feet of each other.
So
Basically, it's over there.
So basically what I've been having the water distribution, and this is another one of those, are looping the dead ends together and everything. And whatever needs to be brought up, because we're also going to the Lead and Copper Act, which I've been explaining, anything that's pre-1987 has to be removed. So I told the water distribution, if they know any parts or anything like that, now that we budgeted for it, now is the time to get ahead of the game. So they've been looping in dead ends and they've also been replacing old lines that have been there.
So our council approved the funding for replacement of fire hydrants, something that been replaced.
That one was actually to fire department.
Well, fire department says fire department, water department says fire department.
I didn't get you the list of all of our water,
Okay.
not infrastructure. I can get you the list of all of the fire hydrants and what have been replaced and what is in need of replacement. I can get you guys that list.
It's important for public safety,
Yes.
and the direction that they give it, so.
Yes, sir. That won't be a problem. I can get you guys all that list.
And, on the Hannah Park, influent water system. That's up to the city of Las Vegas and Mary, I would like to tell you the park.
So right now we've got the tank and the pump house over there by City Hall operational. We could fill it up at any time we need it, and we could send water to Hannah Park. We've been doing it. We did it all last summer, but we're just waiting on parks, I guess, to get irrigation system.
Work along the bridge and all that.
Yeah, but as far as it goes, we can get all the way up to the hydrants where it's at right now. And I know there's a stub out for them to tie into, so it's ready to go.
And your vacancies, in the last couple of months. How is that in your department?
So, customer service, maxed out on that. Water distribution, we're short 3 people. Water to wastewater. I mean, I have 4, 5 guys at wastewater, and I have 3 guys at water treatment plant.
Just 3 guys, so it's better, but not great.
Yes. The
The other
thing,
departments are seeing increase of decrease in vacancies.
and see, I've pretty much been kind of stable on the distribution and water and customer service, no problems. But wastewater treatment and water treatment, but you can talk to the state on that. They're seeing that all over the state. So, I mean, I'm trying to get people to start and of course build them up. But it's hard to get somebody
That's how you get, that's why you gotta sell.
water treatment and wastewater is not an easy job. I mean,
Mr. Chairman, I just want to note that, I'd like to thank Travis and his staff for this report. I mean, I think this report is probably one of the reports that has given the most information about our utilities, departments. And it's awesome that everybody's coming and being accountable and being forward with all the information.
Yeah.
And it's awesome that we get to see the big picture and how busy the departments are and how the city's moving forward.
like I told you guys before, all you gotta do is ask and we'll give it to you. And I submit you guys my monthly reports every time, and I don't want to leave nothing out because I do believe that my staff deserves everything that they get. That's their personal. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I know you went through monthly reports. Is there a status report on anything, the status?
SCADA is 70, about 70-80% complete. They're just waiting on the filter bits, which is the city's fault, of course, because we have it. But we're gonna see if we can bring those online right away. Track back 100% complete. Water distribution, they're working on that line there on Santa Fe streets. Text My Gov is operational now, so we're trying to get people to start texting about the city. So, right now we are working with the state, Texas, on the water treatment plant and seeing where the future is gonna go with that, because they're gonna make recommendations. But of course, you gotta get the history, it's hard to make the future. So my staff is working with them all the time. I've been running back and forth. I've been giving them all the information, everything that is needed. We've developed an SOP for the Veolia system. That's gonna be coming online here this next week. On top of that, I also have a presentation here for the lead and copper. Once I get that done, then I will be able to submit it. I only put it in here as a placeholder. But I still need to do the lead and copper, and I believe the next time around I see you guys for next month, you guys will have a full presentation on all the projects, where they are, where they stand, and how much it's cost. And that's around all my divisions: water, wastewater, distribution, and customer service.
How are Brother Dam and Peterson Dam looking?
Brandner Dam is awesome. Peterson is settling out. We hope to utilize the Peterson here pretty soon. The city of Las Vegas has been taking water off the gallinas. We haven't utilized none of the water from Story Lake. So, I mean, as far as it goes right now, we are keeping up with the demand. And we're just utilizing the Gallinas River as part of our shed. And like I said, we have the Brandner and we have the Peterson as backup. And the backup to the backup is Story Lake. And the pump house is redone. It's operational, so whenever we need the water from Story, we can call whenever. But I'm not gonna make that decision anymore. I will let executive office know. And if they tell me go ahead, then we'll go ahead and pull it. But I do establish a chain of command when it comes to stuff like that, so.
That's not necessarily right now.
No, sir.
Chain of command is, but
The chain of command is, but like I said, as far as it goes right now, we're just utilizing the guidance.
What about that, like, getting wells, you know, 100% operational?
Taylor Wells, I'd say like 70% operational. And we got a quote to get them all fully operational. That is an estimate of 800,000 or so. But we are utilizing the Taylor Wells right now, and we're putting it into the Valencia thing. And, you know, it's just based on the flow. We're utilizing it. We've done all of our reporting and everything. State engineers, have no issue with that.
So the dams are pretty ship shape in terms of giving influx of water. Is it strong like that?
Yes, sir. So, no, and then to add to that, you know, I'm working with NRCS. They're doing 2 pit pumps behind Bradner, behind Peterson. So that way, if we do get another influx of that water, that'll be the first line of defense. So that way it doesn't mess it up. And we are about 85% complete up there of the sediment removal and the diversion. And I also talked with NRCS, and they are able to clean out the sediment at the skating pond again. I was able to talk with him. Even though that's not an infrastructure that physically impacts the city of Las Vegas, we were able to get that cleaned out as well. So once the sediment removal is done up there at the diversion, we will go ahead and they will start removing the sediment down here at the skating pond.
Last report you had, and on this report you had removal of sediment, that's really good. You ever find out what that was?
Removal of sediment at Story Lake.
That's what it said in your report.
Did you see that on my report again?
Yeah.
Where at? Is that under water treatment? Sediment removal at Story Lake. Oh, you're talking about the state engineer's office. At the, no? I'm gonna have to go back.
you did, it's a diversion.
At the diversion depth?
Yes. That's what it's meant.
Oh, that's, you're talking about water, distribution. It's under water distribution, if that's the one, water distribution. Where Travis put it.
All you work together to keep them at the diversion.
Word for inch, plus hydrants. That's along with safety staffing, working, trying to relocate, working issues. Yeah, trying to replace water, problems. If it was the one over there at the Story Lake diversion, for the sediment removal, that was because we're helping state engineer's office. That's because that's the diversion where it goes down the river, it goes to the Aztecas or it goes to Story Lake. If that's the one, yes, that's the one where, Chris Thornburg, in the past, he's had emergencies where he wasn't able to get equipment out there. But due to the fact that we've been working hand in hand with the state engineer's office, I've asked water distribution to go out there and help them remove some of the sediment. So that way it doesn't block up all of those, and because that's the one area that Story Lake gets affected, the city gets affected, and that's the other thing.
P7 at Store Lake, diversion then, not at Store Lake.
Okay, well, if that's the one, I will go ahead and I will make that change, but if that's the one, that's where we do have the state engineer's office. I think before this, the last time he called me was 4 months ago. So it's not a routine thing, and we do it in good faith because, you know, they do help us out, especially when it comes to reporting and stuff like that. So
for together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, this, state moving in, to help to assist on the new social benefit. How's that working, or is that even the true thing?
No, it is. So there's an agreement between the city and the state to come and help the city of Las Vegas with their new water treatment. Mr. Montoya can speak more to that than I can, but they came down here and they are helping us out. They're gathering all the data, and I believe they're going to be making a recommendation on what the city of Las Vegas should do moving forward for the water treatment plant.
So basically, it's just, putting this purpose. State engineer, and then
No, the state engineer has nothing to do with that. Yeah, no, this is one company that's sent here from the state to work with the city of Las Vegas. Yes, sir.
because I knew it had nothing to do with the water rights. It's state engineer.
Yes, that's state engineer's office. Yeah, it has nothing to do with the water rights.
It's always mixed up with it,
This is just for the facility.
and all that. Where the state stuff.
City is working with the governor's office and with all her agencies. They're meeting weekly. And they're then found patients and everything funding that we fight for, keep where it's at. And we'll start getting paid. And we're just moving forward with the whole thing.
That wasn't,
I don't know if the contract itself is yet being signed or not, but, you know, that's where we're working for.
And as far as my division goes with water treatment plant, we've been meeting with them on a daily, so.
and I remember a few weeks ago, I asked for a breakdown of that.
I'm
When
still,
you get your son, what?
I'm still, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, wait. Bigger.
It's probably gonna be put on this next presentation because my presentation is gonna be for all the projects, and it's gonna be starting from water treatment, distribution, to collections, to wastewater, so it'll be a breakdown of from start to finish with everything and how everything works, so.
Well, it would be better for me because I really could explain it now. It'd be enough people to process in there. Because the way they worded it up and explain it to me, it makes a lot of sense. But I couldn't do it. I'm not looking for a demo.
Yeah.
I just look at my own mind.
Yeah,
Oh, you just be quiet and move that like that.
Okay, so you're still working on an update for the bed and copyright?
yes, sir.
Okay.
So we just finished, phase one, we're going into phase two, but I need to do an entire summary of what's been taking place for phase one for the update and what's gonna be taking place for phase two. I just received the task order this week for phase two, so that was the other side of the progress report that I needed.
Okay. So are there any announcements? Anything?
Yeah.
Excuse me, gentlemen,
I wanted to ask the committee if they're comfortable with, just 4 members in the utility committee.
excuse me, gentlemen.
Go ahead, Sonny.
I believe David had a presentation that he needed to talk about as well.
Oh, yeah, the presentation was already submitted. I talked about it briefly earlier, Sean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I talked about it briefly earlier.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
So just to reiterate that.
I would
We talked about it honestly before today.
have went to my.
It's very well explained. He is. Yeah, I'm not doing the job, but I'm just telling you,
Just for future reference, the general should, think about the size of the committee. Make sure we have quorums or maybe,
that makes sense.
yeah, that's, we have 4 members. Used to be 5, I believe.
You can start recruiting. I'll tell you, it's WW World out there trying to participate. We're on, for being non-compliance with our city charter. Because we're approving people from the county to come and sit in meetings in the city. Meetings and boards. I recommend that we change the charter, it's going to be the case. And I think then we'll do. So, I don't know, I mean, people want to participate in a lot of the boards and committees for other reasons. And there's interest in the county. But I would recommend that, that utilities committee should be at least 7.
Well, you would that, yeah, and at least 5, because you'd have more of a chance of having another show.
And we're supposed to know them. It's still running. This is a conflict of interest. Members want to be in this.
You know what's good about this committee, that this is just my team, is I like how my cousin is a part of it. Because honestly, when it comes to water and stuff like that, I couldn't pull the wool over his eyes because he's got 30 years older than me, but I'm just saying, that's kind of the stuff that I like. Because, like this Sumatra had said it before, anybody can say it.
Literacy, the scholars, it's amazing.
Well, it would be nice to get a female in here, or 2. Get a different perspective.
It's like that, that bank that I was doing business with, all ladies. Notice some of them,
Business owner here.
yeah.
Just a couple of just regular residents. You don't get the report. It's a lot of people from the sources.
And you want to do, since you guys like the monthly reports, we'll talk to city manager and see if about posting them to the website. So other people can see what's been taking place. I'm pretty sure there's.
I've recommended that before. This for transparency purposes.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
There's knowledge up to the residents and that kind of stuff. Nothing hidden.
Okay, thank you, Ruby. Anything, Mike? Yes, sir. All right, next regular meeting date, September the 4th, 2025 at 1:30. We'll move to adjourn this meeting.
And Mr. Chairman.
At 3:25 p.m.
That's the day before Labor Day, right?
It's Saturday.
Can't be the right.
Yeah. Labor Day's on Thursday.
That's like saying, looking at, the target corn, you're gonna be doing that.
I don't have a gavel.
All the ritual. I mean, it's like that.
You need one, Donnie, order one.
Stop the recorder, please.
I did.
Appreciate it.
No problem. You guys.
See, they would, they don't
want to hear anything else.
Thank you, Rudy. Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go check